All right, in this video I'm going to show you some more type treatments. So I've just made a new layer to make this cleaner. So I'm going to start with just a piece of type, and I'm going to type in sports. I'm going to make this bigger. I'm going to change this into a script. You may not have this font, which is okay, but it's this nice kind of sporty retro looking thing. So what I'm going to do here is show you how to create a shape that will kind of, a little swoosh that will go with this, but also then kind of combine it. We'll show you how to turn type into some shapes as well. So one thing that I may want to do with this, if I'm going to kind of draw this swoosh, I may want to lock this piece of art down. So when I select it, Command 2, so if I go to Object and Lock, it's going to lock the selection. We'll use this all the time. So Command 2 will unlock it and lock it. So if I just lock that, what that's going to do is then anytime I select it, it won't get selected. You can see that when I go to my layers, it's got a lock on that particular object or selection. So that's an important one here. So what I'm going to do is draw on top of this, and I'm just going to try to extend this up and to make this other little shape. So to do that, I want to just use my, I use a pen tool, but I'm going to use a stroke on this, and I'm just going to make it a color. Let's make it a red so I can see it. And so what I'm going to do is just kind of extend this. So I'll zoom in on this, and I'll just kind of click here, and then I want to drag at some point. And what I'm going to just try to do is create a nice little shape. Actually, let's make this curved. All right, so you can kind of just see that I'm trying to make this a nice little shape. It'll kind of taper as we get in here. And then I'll close it off. All right, we'll have to refine some of those edges, and you can see that I'll go in here and maybe smooth out some of those edges. Some of it's the spacing, like this is a little bit off. We'll have to bring this up. Maybe this needs to actually swoop down a little bit more so it's a little bit cleaner. This takes some time and practice, but you kind of can feel it out. But generally, you can kind of see what I'm making. Let's change this to a sharper end point, or we can just drag this over. All right, so you can kind of see I've got this other shape. So now if I select this, go to my eyedrop tool and sample this, it's turned that into a shape, a little ribbon. I could put, you know, like if I wanted to cut and copy this, I would, you know, make that as a copy, and then I could actually add type to it if I wanted to, you know, and again, you can see how this type may need some help in terms of where it fits on the And then I'm going to change that color to white, drag this back on the top. You can see that we could use that as a way to change the type a little bit. So that could be another option, but you can see how I'm using that as a way of adding this shape to that typography. So now let's say I'm happy with everything, but I'm going to unlock everything. So Command Option 2 will unlock everything. So that was back to the lock and unlock all. So Command Option 2 will unlock. So what I want to do here is select the type and select the shape here. And so what I'm going to do now is I want to join those. But to do that, before I can join those as objects using my Pathfinder Unite, except that's where we need to go here. So Pathfinder, where I'm going to use this Unite, I have to convert this typography into just some shapes. So I'm going to select that piece of type. I'm going to go to Type and Create Outlines, which is Command-Shift-O. And notice what happens is that dropped the line there for the baseline, and it just turned everything into shapes. Now once you do this, you can't edit the type in terms of its spacing and other things like that. It's just turned it into like another shape, just like you would draw with the pen tool and whatnot. But this can be a great way of dealing with logos once you're done. Again, I'm going to just drag and hold these two things down. You notice that they're connected, and now when I hit shape modes on the Pathfinder and Unite, now those are one shape. And so that can be a great way of working with kind of shaped objects and adding them to type. Another thing that we can do with that is, we'll show you here in the next video, is altering letter forms. In particular, we can use that outline type to do that. So I'll show you how that works in the next video.